Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this week's Gold and Silver Club, presenting the Commodities Corner, presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nik Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. Today, guys, during this live session, we will be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We will be going over top trades of the week on gold, silver, oil, and natural gas. We'll be doing live technical analysis and trading, identifying highly profitable trade setups and looking at the week ahead. So key events looking forward, and of course answering any questions you may have too. So today, gold price has really jumped. This was yesterday and Wednesday too, so I'll talk you through it. Gold price jumps as yen backs the Fed's quantitative easing program. So gold prices ended the US trading session moderately higher, but down from the daily high on Thursday. Precious metal markets were boosted on dovish remarks by the Federal Reserve Chair nominee Janet Yellen to the US Senate Banking Committee. So during the QA session yesterday, Yellen said the US economy is performing far short of the Federal Reserve's potential, and there is more work to do. So on the recovery of the world's largest economy. So the US monetary policy needs to remain very accommodative so that the US economy can grow faster and unemployment can decline further. So on these comments, gold rallied whilst the US dollar index retreated from its daily high. We'll take a look at that shortly. Yellen also expressed the opinion that the US economy has made solid progress so far, but the unemployment rate remains too high. So therefore, she would continue current Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke's monetary policy. Looking ahead to next week, traders are now awaiting the release of last month's FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday for further clues on the central bank's monetary policy. So we will definitely be taking a look at the prices. So before we do that, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer, and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, and the commodity currencies. Also, I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. Joining me on the call is Nik Kalsi, professional trader, investment analyst, and speaker. Now, Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, he spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, he discovered the formula mindset tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy, and also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications and appears frequently on financial television with myself. So that's a little bit about the Gold and Silver Club, guys. Looking at the price right now, gold's looking interesting, $1,282 an ounce. So we will look at some analysis very shortly on the chart, see if there are any trade setups to be taken. Okay, so looking at the US dollar index, this was just a screenshot taken a little bit earlier on. US dollar index is looking a bit choppy at the moment. We had come up to a key area of resistance, which was around 81.4 level. And from there, we've consolidated. It was an important level of resistance. We're just consolidating at the moment, the US dollar index. We had some moves lower over the Janet Yellen when she was in Congress. But at the moment, what we're seeing is some support. So we did see the US dollar index fall fast yesterday, and gold spiked to the upside, and now we've just got consolidation on both the US dollar index and gold. So we'll take a look at that very shortly as well, the inverse correlation that we've got there. Before we do that, we're just going to look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, last week on Friday's non-farm payroll. So guys, it's good to see a lot of familiar faces. So a lot of you guys were on last week's call as well. So you would have seen these nice setups that we had. Certainly on gold last week, we were looking at this for our pre-non-farm payroll special. So a break of 1306. We were looking at 1277 as the level we wanted to hit. We did hit that on Monday. We broke down from 1307. We came down, broke through 1294, and we came all the way and hit our profit target. So very simply, it was a sell entry on non-farm payroll. Just had to be very quick in that entry at 1306, and just for a full trade for the price to be lower. Then we had other trade setups. We were looking at this last week, so we took this live on the forum as well. We took this live on the actual webinar last week, the WTI trade for the weekly. Weekly, this trade has delivered over 500 points. So I hope some of you guys took advantage of that trade setup that we did have. So we did over 500 points on the week, and also on the daily, we hit 150 points, but also just a buy trade that we took on the two different buy trades we took last week on Brent. So both have delivered. Rise trade for the price to be higher, entry at 103.75. Australian US dollar, we were looking at a full trade last week. So we did break through after non-farm payroll, key Fibonacci level. We came down, broke through 0.9371, hit the next level below, and we just came out there for a profit for full trade for the price to be lower than 0.9371 once we broke that key level of support. New Zealand US dollar had some nice opportunities this week on the 4-hour time frame here. You can see we had a nice dragonfly doji, major level of support confirmation. We just got in at 0.8232 on the 12th midweek this week, and that produced a nice rise trade for the price to be higher. And also this was gold just yesterday, just on the Janet Yellen speech when she was in Congress, and we saw US dollar index plummet and gold just shoot up. Just a very quick trade, rise trade for the price to be higher than 12.85. We hit 12.94. We've just consolidated overnight, trading around 12.82 at the moment. So guys, those are some of the top trades that we've had this week. There's been loads of trading opportunities this week. That's just a glimpse of some of the top trades. There's been a lot of opportunities. So some trades we can take right now actually as well. We'll take a look at those just using the rise and full trades on binary.com. Okay, so with that, I'm going to move across to my screen so we can see what's going on. First market we'll take a look at. Let's have a look at Brent, shall we? Okay, just going to share my screen. Just going to go screen 2. Okay, so here we do have Brent at the moment on the daily time frame. So we had a really nice rally from last week where we got in around 103.72 on that nice hammer on the daily. You can see that delivered. It's actually delivered here over the last week, coming up to this resistance channel. You can see where it's delivered about 500 points. So really happy about that. Longer term trades. We took a day trade and a swing trade on that, so that's worked out really nicely. Well done to anyone who caught that. We came up to a key level of resistance yesterday. It's 1, 2, 3, 4th bounce off that resistance channel. Key moving average, got an inverse hammer there on the daily. It's looking weak on the 4-hour as well. So you can see it's just breaking down now. I've broken past this hammer here. So we're going to short it. We're going to go short now. Brent. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's bring up binary.com. Okay, so guys, all you need to do obviously you just go to your binary.com in order to do these trades. So you go to start trading, go to commodity. I'm going to go to oil. Okay, come on, let's see if we can get oil. If not, we'll trade it through the index or the crude oil index. Let's just see gold. Let's see if we get silver. Silver's there. Let's see if we can get oil back. We can't do it through the spot price at the moment. So what we're going to do, we're going to trade it through the sectors because it's the crude oil. Very simply, actually get a higher payout on this anyway. So we're going to go to the energy sector, and we are going to go to Brent crude oil index. Okay, and here we can actually see 81% payout. That's good. Okay, good. So we want that. What's the time now? 12. Want that to start 12:50. Duration of that, I want to be out by about 4, just before the UK close here. So just going to go for hours. Let's see if we can. I think it's 3 hours. We'll just check 4 hours. No, we'll go for 3 hours. That will be just the UK close. Okay, we need to go forward one. Okay, possibly because we're on GMT now. We need to change this to. There we go, 2 hours. Okay, good. So the Brent crude, so that's something that you just need to be aware of when you're trading the oils there, particularly on the indexes that they close at the same time as the UK markets close. So we are going to be out of that one just within 2 hours. You can see the overall momentum at the moment. We've just broken, on the daily it looks good, but on the 4 hour looks pretty good as well. We've just broken through. Actually, let me just show you there more, this little trend line for me at the moment. And we've broken through this hammer here on the 4 hour too. So I would say this is definitely, this market's going to just have a continuation down. Remember, we only need to finish 1 point low in order to win this trade. You don't need to worry even about having a really nice swing trade here for a few hundred points. You can just go for 1 pip lower and we win the entire trade. So I'm going to take that trade. You can see there the 1,379 is a deposit, 2,500 is the payout. Get best price, and we will purchase that for a full trade. Okay, fantastic. So that has been purchased. Excellent. So I do like that as a Brent crude oil trade at the moment. Looking across, so looking at that, just the daily there, you can see just resistance we're due. We come up to a major horizontal resistance at 108.43 as well. Okay, so looking at WTI very range bound. We had a really nice buy opportunity on this yesterday based on the tighter time frames. We bounced off a major level of support just after the crude oil inventories. We're just consolidating at the moment with WTI. I prefer the Brent trade. The Brent sells short at the moment. Event areas for WTI are going to be 93 if it comes back down and tests this support and major trend line, and also these resistance levels. So we want to see if we can clear, first of all, above 95, and if we do above 95, we can probably expect to move back towards 95.50, and really to clear out all of this noise and to start a nice uptrend again, we want to get above 95.60. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at for potential nice moves. Like Brent's had a 500 pip move in or base points in the last week. We want to see if WTI can do the same. So the Brent we had WTI we had a good trade yesterday to the upside. Now I would favor Brent for a sell short right now. Okay, we're going to also have a look. Let's have a look at the metals here. Yeah, okay, let's just check copper. Okay, good. We've had a lot of requests for copper over the last week because there's been a lot of sell short opportunities here on copper over the last week. So I just want to talk you through that. We do have a major level of support, 3.1401. Now, copper is very volatile, and it's a very simple way to trade it. It's just through the copper index. So you can do that just via the metal sector. So we just go again to sectors. We go to metal sector, and you've got the copper index there, which makes it much easier for you to trade copper. You know, you're not going to need the sort of large volumes you would normally need to trading it on the MetaTrader platform. So you can just very simply trade it through here. I'm not going to trade it yet. I only want to trade it if it breaks through 3.1401. Just set up an alert at that level. And if it does, we're going to go for a full trade. And I would expect it to come down to 3.08. So definitely copper, I like the way that's lining up. Copper index, you can trade it through. So definitely keep an eye on copper. We're not there yet for a sell opportunity, but we could if we break through that level. Let's go across to gold. Let's have a look at gold. So gold just consolidating at the moment between 1294, 1277, and you can see we spiked low 1261. Last week, this was how the market was looking. We were just consolidating. This is what we were seeing pre-non-farm payroll. We did discuss 1306 breaking, 1294 breaking. If you missed 1306 break, you still have plenty of time to get in at a break of 1294 as well. So we had some really nice sell short trades. You can see the market just continued to come down. Found support at a previous support level at 1261 here, which was same support as the 11th of October. We're just consolidating at the moment between 1271, 1294, 1271, 1294. So if we break 1277, probably heading to 1260. If we break above 1295, probably heading to 1306. So these are event areas. There's no trade on at the moment. We're kind of in between at the moment, but these are the event areas to watch on gold. And the overall trend on gold at the moment is down. Trend is your friend. And we are below all the key moving averages. We've got this resistance channel, which has been in place since going back to over a year, since August last year. Yeah, the only thing to watch out for is seasonality. We could get a move towards the end of November, around Thanksgiving, but that's not guaranteed. The chart, whilst it struggles to break above 1295, it's probably just going to consolidate here. Depending on news, we've got the FOMC minutes coming out next Wednesday. That's definitely going to give us further direction on the US dollar index. So here's the US dollar index. Here, the candlestick chart. So you can see the big move we've had up from non-farm payroll, created a lot of pressure down for gold. These two are inversely correlated. So US dollar index, when it goes up, gold goes down, and vice versa. So yesterday when Janet Yellen was in Congress, we saw the US dollar index was falling and gold found support and was starting to rally. Also from her comments from Wednesday as well, Wednesday evening. So this is the inverse correlation. So you want to watch that next Wednesday's news, the FOMC. I'll talk through the news shortly that you want to watch out for, but that is definitely going to be one you want to watch if you trade the metals a lot. So what else have we got lining up? Actually, I want to take a look at natural gas for you. Natural gas looks interesting. Okay, let's just take a quick look at natural gas. So natural gas, we're forming a bit of a pennant here. We're starting to see pressure. We've got a downward trend line here, similar to gold really, and an upward trending line as well. Going to get a resolution on this soon. We can see we did get some positive news from the natural gas inventories yesterday, which caused a big move to the upside. With a hammer here on the daily time frame. Let's look at the four. Actually, no, the daily. We're just doing the analysis on the daily. I would say if we can break out of this downward trending channel now on natural gas. So we're looking to break above about 3.65. We could then start making our way towards 3.69 and higher. So no trade on right now. I do like this hammer on the daily at the moment. We can start breaking above 3.62 Fibonacci and break out this downward trending channel. Again, natural gas, seasonality-wise, more people use natural gas across the colder months, November, December, January. You would expect the price to go up. So you could look at longer-term positions on natural gas as well. We are getting we're building a bit of a channel here, aren't we, of can see this channel which is starting to build. So, but we've got a little bit of pressure around this pennant that we need to break out of. So no trade on natural gas right now, but we'll definitely want to watch. We'll keep an eye on it next week too. Moving across, we'll take a look. Let's look at Australian US dollars. Been good to us this week. Had quite a lot of trade. So I'm just looking, again, consolidation on Australian US dollar at the moment. We did on the news yesterday. We had, let me just remove that rectangle for you. Okay, there we go. We did have some support candles yesterday after the Janet Yellen was appearing in Congress. We saw this hammer form just beforehand, and then we had a nice move to the upside. So we're just consolidating at the moment. You can see really key support here is going to be 0.926, key resistance just about. You can just go on the daily, to be honest. Look at the consolidation. You can see 0.928 to 0.93. 736. This consolidation zone, if we break above it, we've got potential good longs. If we break down, we've got quite a way to fall to about 0.91944. So that's what I'm looking at the moment for potential breakout opportunities. We're just consolidating within that at the moment. So for me, definitely Brent's the one to watch in the oils right now. And we'll see how if Australian US dollar breaks the high or low of that consolidation. Looking at New Zealand US dollar, similar situation. New Zealand did find some really nice support again of key moving average of the 0.81768 Fibonacci and key moving average here, and we found support and we've just rallied back up. We're right around a cluster of moving averages and a Fibonacci level. It's to be decided at the moment. Similar to gold, gold needs to everything's consolidating because US dollar index is consolidating, so it's causing a lot of markets to consolidate right now. So if we take a look at, apart from oil, which is obviously not too correlated to that US dollar index right now. So we can see consolidation in the US dollar index, and that is following through for other markets too. So at the moment, you can see here we're just finding a little bit of resistance around 0.82959 at the moment. So see, we've got an inverse hammer developing on the 4 hour. So if that finishes, and then we might be in for some sell shorts back to 0.823. But we've got another 69 minutes for that candle to form, so we'll wait. Nothing much there. We'll have a look at silver. Just had a nice fall, actually. Silver's been a lot weaker. Silver's been more like copper this week. So copper, industrial metal, has broken down a lot, and it's really quite near its weekly lows. Similar situation for silver. Gold's faring much better. We look at gold based on the 4 hour. We can see we had a nice move, so it's rallied from its lows. It actually rallied about 326 points, whereas silver is just right near the weekly low. So we're looking for a break really of 20.40 here to take it down to 19.82. We're just consolidating a break above 20.80. We're looking at some key moving averages above, which might present resistance. But yeah, I think we've got just consolidation developing at the moment on silver to take note of. And there's no trade right now, but we want to get a trade from the breakout of that consolidation. That's what we're looking at silver. And USD Canadian dollar, again, just channeling. We've been mainly in an uptrend still. It's above all key moving averages. You can see this uptrend just on the 4-hour here that we've been developing. There have been opportunities just to go long and short within these two fib levels, so 1.05068 down to 1.04485 to trade within this range. We're still range bound on USD CAD, so we will be looking interested in potential breakouts to upside here to see whether we are going to also on the daily as well get a break below these yesterday's low. It could be bearish down to 1.04147 or a breakout above. We could start seeing some moves back towards these resistance levels, just about 1.055 and above. So that's what we're looking at on USD CAD at the moment. So no trades really on that currently. Let's just have a look. So Brent is, it's moving well. Let's go to the 4-hour, shall we? There you go. Brent's just continuing to come down. I mean, you can put that on a tick chart if you want, just to monitor it a little bit better. Tick chart's useful. So just to the left there, so you can see it's not moving too much right now, 107.93, but you should just see that steadily come down now because it's starting to break down a little bit here. So yeah, that's a good trade at the moment, the Brent short. So moving across. In summary, at the moment, guys, for today, I think the action is really going to be on Brent, on WTI, on the oils. I'll definitely be watching gold as well. See what it does if it gets back down to 1277. See if we break or get supported. That's going to be a key level at the moment. And whilst we stay consolidated on the commodity currency, we're only really looking to trade breakouts at the moment. And definitely copper. Watch copper if we break through 0.140. Okay, I'll be looking at that for a potential short. That will probably correlate to gold and silver going lower too. So watch that as well. If we get a breakout above 3.188, might be short-lived, so be in and out quick. But other trades on the low side here, we could take advantage of. So let's have a look at what news we've got coming up next week. Okay, so next week, major news we have coming out is as follows. Do, of course, if you've not received this before, just take advantage of the £20 trading credit or $20 for yourself. It's just using bonus code 11121F20. Go to step 1, go to binary.com. You select sign up, open real money account, enter bonus code 1121F20, and you receive £20. So if you've never had that before, it's well worth taking advantage of because it is free money. Okay, so moving on, let's have a look at the key announcements moving into next week. So the week ahead, next Wednesday, so really from Wednesday, Thursday onwards, we've got a lot of key news announcements you need to pay attention to for your commodity trading, and the following announcements are important. So next Wednesday at 1:30 p.m, we've got US CPI. That index measures the change in the price of goods and services, excluding food and energy. The CPI measures price change from the perspective of the consumer. It is a key way to measure changes in purchasing trends and inflation. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. And that's important because the US dollar is inversely correlated to gold price. So that's 1:30 p.m. GMT, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, for your oil trades, next Wednesday will be important. We saw a massive rally on WTI yesterday after the oil inventories. So that was well worth taking advantage of for you guys that had any positions on oil. So next Wednesday, 20th November, 3:30 p.m. GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we've got US crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in inventory. Commercial firms report their inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Next Wednesday, 20th November, this is going to be a big one, the FOMC meeting minutes. So have that in your diary if you've got any open trades running, 7 p.m. GMT, 2 a.m. Eastern time. The FOMC meeting minutes from October will be released, providing an in-depth insight into the economic and financial conditions of the US. So that influence the FOMC vote on where to set interest rates. That's going to be a big one. We'll definitely be trading that. The minutes are likely to create volatility for the USD and commodity prices. So have that in the diaries, guys, your calendars, wherever you need to put it. Next Wednesday, 7 p.m., that's going to be very tradable. Okay, and moving on. And make sure you also join us next week. We have a webinar. You can find it on binary.com if you've not had details. You should have had details sent already. We're going to be looking next Thursday at 7 p.m. GMT at how to trade the Santa rally. We're going to be looking at indices, okay? next Thursday and trading the Santa Rally. So make sure you sign up for that webinar. It's going to be very good to prep you for the end of year Santa Rally. Okay, so. And looking at the indices right now, Dow and S&P are all-time highs at the moment. So if you want to find out more about this, do join us for that one. Next Thursday, the 21st of November at 1:30 p.m. GMT and 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we've got the US PPI. The Producer Price Index measures the change in the price of goods sold by manufacturers as a leading indicator of consumer price inflation, counts for the majority of overall inflation. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for the US dollar. And that's important because the US dollar is inversely correlated to gold price on the next Thursday. We've also got at 3 p.m. GMT, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing. That's another big one for gold and silver, and also copper, of course, as well. That index rates the relative level of general business conditions in Philadelphia. A level above 0 on the index indicates improving conditions. Below indicates worsening conditions. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar. A lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And finally, we have next Thursday, US natural gas storage. That's going to have a big impact on your natural gas trades. 3:30 p.m. GMT, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The Energy Information Administration, the EIA Natural Gas Storage Report, measures the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So while it is a US indicator, it does tend to have a greater impact on the CAD as well, due to Canada's sizable energy sector. And that's important because the CAD is correlated, of course, to oil price too. So those are the major news announcements. Have those jotted in your diary if you're going to be trading heavily next week, because those will all affect your trades. And of course, if you want to take your trading to the next level and join our international trading community, you can find out more about the live trading room packages. You can find out more about our Gold and Silver Club masterclass workshops. And also, if you were to join, you can find out more about our exclusive Gold and Silver Club competition that we're running at the moment to the end of the year. So if you'd like to find out more about that, you can request information on that. Just www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Just go to that link and you can fill out the form for more information, and someone from our office will be in touch with you. Zena from our office will be in touch with you should be this afternoon actually. We've got, you can call any time at our offices as well, on 0207 193 0403 plus 1646 808 0403 for New York office, plus 2711 083 8403 for our Johannesburg office. So if you do need to get in touch, those are the numbers. And also you can email us at office@thegollandsilverclub.com. Okay, so those are all the contact details there. Do make sure you just take advantage of our weekly newsletter. Subscribe at goldensilverclub.com. So for that, you receive free weekly gold, silver, oil, commodity currency news, live market analysis, and prices. Okay, so those are the details, guys. With that, that is pretty much a wrap for today. So we wish you, of course, all good luck for the rest of the week's trading. We'll definitely catch you here same time next week. Thanks to Sharice and the team at binary.com, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. Okay, guys, have a good weekend and take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.